Alright, welcome back. It's still COVID-19 update on MITV, and I am not alone in the studio this afternoon. Even if Tomison is not here, I have someone else in the studio with me this afternoon. But before we go on to my guest, I want you to know that COVID-19 spread so easily from person to person. You may not know that a person has the disease. You may not know. Some people are asymptomatic. What we just need to do is to avoid large gatherings. I'm telling you. That is why the federal government, the state government have told those people that have lost their loved ones in this battle or before the battle, go to the morgue and pick up the corpse and bury them. Even with officiating ministers, you people should not be more than 20. Just do it. When this is all over, I know we love parties. I know we love to party, especially where I am from. We the Yorubas will believe that if we lost an aged person, we need to celebrate because it's not a bad death, it's a good death. So we celebrate in a big way. But this time around, we are not living our normal lives, just like I'm saying, that's like I used to say. This is not our normal lives. We need to learn how to adapt to this lifestyle, both mentally, physically, so spiritually, and everything, so that it doesn't affect us when this is all over. Because I know it's going to still have its effect, but the effect will not, there will be no much damage when this is all over. Let's just keep to the rules. I don't know if you have it. I don't know if I have it. You don't know, because I'm not sneezing, because I'm not coughing, because I don't have a high temperature, doesn't mean that I don't have it. So we don't know who have it. Why don't we stay at home? Even with the lockdown, with the upliftment of the lockdown, and it's not necessary for you to go out, it's not important for you to go out. Remember, there's still some rules guiding this lockdown. You know to stay at home. Welcome to the show this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Shokunbi.
Good afternoon.
It's so good to have you on the show.
It's very good.
All right, how have you been coping this COVID-19, the lockdown, everything about it? How have you been coping?
I've been able to cope, bearing in mind the fact that it's not a peculiar situation. It's a general challenge to everybody, and I tried as much as possible to just, stay safe, rules, all these little rules, just to comply. As simple as that.
All right, now let's just go straight to the order of the day, because time is not the essence for us this afternoon. Yeah, the lockdown. We're talking about the partial relaxation of the lockdown. That's what we're looking at. But before we now look into that, at first, at the initial stage, do you think this lockdown was even necessary, or do you think it's even worth it? We're staying at home for 4 weeks. Do you think it's worth it? It's more than 4 weeks though. It's like 5 weeks. 5 weeks. 5 weeks, yeah. Because of the before the full lockdown, there was a partial lockdown before the full one. So do you think this 5 weeks was worth it?
Very, very, very worth it. You see, the fact that we decided to go the route of the lockdown, you will see that immediately government announced that they are going to be locked down. Nigerians complied.
Yes.
Nobody wants to die. That's just it. Nobody wants to die.
But at the initial stage, people were still, they weren't trusting the government. They were not trusting the government.
Initially people
thought it was a political virus. Let me put it that way, because they were thinking that there's nothing like corona.
Even as we speak,
some people still have
people that are enlightened will be so surprised that
they don't believe in it.
A couple of people have told me there is nothing like, and I was so disappointed. Very enlightened people. So you see, when the government decided, you will see that Nigerians initially cooperated, and I think the cooperation was based on the fact that Nigerians were expecting government to give them palliatives, especially the federal government, and that was why I think that was what made the average Nigerian to cooperate there. You will see that as we speak, it's not as if Nigerians do not want to stay indoors.
Because they've been shouting that they should stop this relaxation, they should relax the lockdown, And now that the relaxation of the lockdown has been put in place, when I go on Twitter, what I see, what the youth are talking about, I think they're not even in support of the relaxation of this lockdown.
You see, I think the government didn't consider the issues very well. As far as I'm concerned, you will see that an average Nigerian, like I said earlier, would not like to die. And the fact remains that people were expecting palliatives.
Okay.
Some got, but majority did not get. And that was why, at the point people started shouting, they would prefer to die of hunger rather than dying of Corona. And that was when people now started agitating that they should relax.
You should relax a
But
little.
ordinarily, I believe an average Nigerian, if they have a kind of more kind of support palliative, I believe they want to stay indoors.
But do you believe the government can feed the whole nation?
It's not possible for the government to feed the whole nation. You see, our problem stems basically from the fact that we don't have an acceptable national database.
Okay.
You will see, about 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, I heard it over the news that the minister of the lady in question, that was going about giving money, and at the end of the day, they said they have given Nigerians, vulnerable Nigerians, 100 billion. You understand? You will see that the Nigerian factor will always search it in things like this. It should not be done properly. And that's just it. Now, an average Nigerian, I'm sure that you and I will not, even if with or without palliative, will be able to, understand, stay indoors and ensure that we do the right thing.
You do the right thing, yeah.
An average Nigerian might not even expect that palliative. But the point we are making is that the government will not transparent about it. And the Nigerian factor will always set in. You will see that people will just, model up everything. Granted, like I said earlier, the major challenge with the palliative issue is the fact that we don't have an acceptable national database. We will see that Nigeria Customs, they have their own database. Banks, they have national ID card. You can see the mockery we made of the national ID card scheme. Even voters card, you can see. So all these things that ordinarily could be, all of them could be, made into what we can call a kind of, database for the country that will be reliable. But you see that we have disjointed different ways of, collating data, and you will see that at the end of the day, we cannot. You will see that some people, as we speak in Nigeria, some have 2 national ID cards, some have 2, 3 international passports. We'll be wondering how they came about this.
All right, now, so let's look at the lockdown relaxation. Do you think it's necessary for the government to do that, or should we just go ahead with the lockdown?
Well, I think it was just a moral issue.
Okay.
The reason is not fine. Like I said, it is not proper for you to just, lock somebody up without giving him, okay, take food, take water. And in this case, an average Nigerian depends on daily earnings.
Yes.
You understand? And
yes.
that is why people, initially you will see that people cooperated, but it got to a stage, especially when they were expecting palliatives that never came. They decided they were shouting. You understand? You will see that on national TV, on radio, people complaining, shouting, that they will rather die of hunger than. I don't think it is proper. I don't think it is proper. And for the relaxation now, I think the government was just between the devil and the deep blue sea. The government could not give them palliative to encourage them to continue to stay indoors. And people were shouting, and government felt, like I said, it has become a moral issue now.
Go out and fend for yourself.
But the fact remains that I don't think that was a good decision.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned.
So why do you think that wasn't a good decision? Let's break it down.
The reason is not far-fetched. Why did we go the route of lockdown in the first place?
In the first place, okay.
When we had that index case,
okay,
27 February 2020,
Italian man,
the Italian man that came in, we still took our time. We allowed people from all over the world, they were coming. Yeah. Not that we had any good record keeping at
any
our
database.
No, we just advised people that were coming in, go and, do you have a dick?
Start asking them questions.
You understand? To go your way. Go and self-isolate, I see people will comply. No, if we went, and Nigeria will not comply. You understand? That was the major problem we had. And now that transmission has gotten to community level, we are not even talking of those people that imported it now.
We are not talking about community transmission.
Community transmission. A lot of people are having it that they've never even gotten to the airport before. You understand?
Yeah. We have
this is not the appropriate time for us to relax
the lockdown.
In the first place, the lockdown was introduced because the government felt, we needed to achieve a kind of, to flatten the curve now.
Flatten the curve.
If you look at the graph, you will see that 2 days ago, it was 204 cases that we had. Yesterday, we had 238 Today, we don't know how many cases we are going to have.
We're going to have.
You will see that it keeps on rising.
It keeps on rising, yeah.
It's not as if, you know, from after the time we started this lockdown of 18, it was just 5, 10, whatever on the daily basis.
Like 2, 3,
now
5,
we are
10.
having hundreds and we want to relax the lockdown. Knowing fully well, when you are, if you are having 200 cases today, their contacts might be up to 1,000. Just an individual among the 200 could have gotten in touch with 10, 20, 30, 40 people.
That is a whooping wow.
We need to get all of them. And you will see that, do we have the resources, the facilities to do all this? This is not the right time for us to relax this lockdown. We have been made to suffer for 5 weeks. It is better we achieve the reason we've been kept indoors for 5 weeks.
Barrister, in the situation whereby the people are shouting of hunger, some people are even saying they prefer coronavirus to kill them than hunger to kill them. That is not even
wants to die.
And again, let us look at the situation of the youth robbing people because they know they are home now. They go to now the youth now say in quotes that they fight coronavirus in the daytime and at night they fight robbers. So you can see all these things. We are not getting it. We are not getting it. I know the government is trying their best to flatten the curve.
My dear sister.
But we've not gotten that right result we are looking for.
Not at all.
And now the federal government is even
complaining we should relax
isolation centers again. That they are now asking people to donate buildings for isolation centers. And now with them now relaxing the lockdown from Monday, how are the people going to survive? What should we expect?
My dear sister, you see, we are not just here. I will not just come here to say I want to criticize the government. I am not that type of person. When the government does anything that is, you know, plaudite the service, we do that. We applaud them. But in a situation like this, see, Nigeria, our population, we are about 200 million people. About 200 million people. From the presidential address we had about a week ago, the president, Mr. President, said that from all the isolation centers we have in Nigeria, they all have about 3,000 beds for 200 million people. You can see that as far as Lagos State is concerned, Lagos State, about 90% of the bed spaces are already occupied, provided by Lagos State government. That is even with the lockdown. You see, it is very easy to say we start, you know, coming up with new rules, new directives. Will people comply? Even during the lockdown, people were traveling. You had the case of that young man that went from Lagos State to Ekiti. That the father refused to allow him in. You understand? Now we are talking of face mask. Face mask is not a magic.
It's not a magic. Yes, I was even about asking you that even with the implementation of the face mask, with the enforcement, the law, it has been enforced on the people that you must use face masks from Monday anytime you're going out. Do you think we can still curb this fight?
We can't. You see, even when we are expected to even stay indoors,
we are still having new cases
rising on a daily basis. We are now having hundreds.
Wow.
My fear is that by the time people now get out, you know, start mingling, going to the market,
but you know, new rules, like all the yellow bus drivers, they've been asked to disinfect their vehicles.
Will they do that?
And they've been asked that
continue to deceive ourselves.
If you're having like 10 passengers
to roll out directives that, you know, people will not comply with.
You say,
the ones that are very easy to enforce, interstate movement. Did we succeed in enforcing that?
Enforcing that. You see, I was about saying something that
if I want to board a public bus now, will I ask the driver, have you disinfected your car or your bus?
He will say yes.
He will say yes.
He will say yes, yes. That we need our uniform men to be very, very strict this time.
Even with the interstate thing, were they strict? People were going from one state to the other. Look at that man that took the thing from Lagos to Ondo or whatever, came back to Lagos now, went back to Ondo State again. You understand? So this is not the time. Government should have looked for other ways to make Nigerians to stay at home.
But Barrister, what about we now looking at it from the economic level? Do you think without the relaxation of this lockdown, I don't want to say it, I partially believe somehow that Nigeria, I pray we don't go into recession after coronavirus.
I don't, even if the country goes on recession, it won't be the first time that we are going that route. You know, and God brought us out. And it won't be,
but some people are still trying to balance. Thing. So we don't need another one again.
It won't be a peculiar thing to us. It is universal now. You see, when you look at it now, for instance, as it is, no Nigerian is talking of any capital project from the government now. Nobody is expecting that. I think the government should have tried to strategize. It is better for the government to spend billions of naira to keep Nigerians at home, rather than spending billions to start treating, building isolation, more isolation centers. Because as it is now, if you are having 3,000 beds all over the country, the testing capacity, what has the government done about it? We've been on for about 5 or 6 weeks. Just about 10,000 Nigerians were tested, and out of 10,000, we are having almost 2,000 cases. Imagine what happens by the time 5 million or 10 million Nigerians are tested. The testing capacity is nothing to write home about. Ghana, there, within the same period, they tested over 100,000 Ghanaians. South Africa, over 150,000. And yet, we call ourselves the giant of Africa. Just 10,000 within the same period. So, the testing capacity is nothing to write home about. I am afraid there are a lot of people outside that they don't even know they have it. And I don't want the situation, nobody prays for that we now have a full-blown case like we had in Haiti or something. So that is why, even with the lockdown,
we need to pray for Nigeria, we need to pray for Africa, we need to pray for the world.
It's not just about praying. The government needs to get its priorities.
But the government, like I do say every time whenever I'm on here, the government are trying their best, but the people are not obeying it. This is a, I'm telling you, this should be an effort from everyone. Everybody, we all have a part to play in fighting this virus. If the government, if they are doing what is necessary, and we are not doing what is necessary, we're not going to get anywhere. So the people are partly to be, but the government are not the one traveling from state to state, it's still the people. The government are not the one roaming on the street, it's still the people.
The government has stopped all this from happening.
Government have put the officials on the road, the uniformed men on the road to stop these people. Most of them, when I do my survey, I've seen some of them, most of them will tell you they have a pass. Where did they get the pass from? We don't know. And these official people, once they see, oh, they have a pass, they tell them to go. When the government, we are not children. If we can tell our children to stay at home,
the commercial buses operating, the one that took off from Lagos that went to Ekiti, the guy said he paid 12,000 naira. Was that a pass for the guy to go?
That's what I'm talking about. Not the government. The government have done their part. But the people serving under the government, and we the citizens, we need to make this thing work.
I agree with you. I agree with you. During the lockdown, I was encouraging people, supporting people in my own little way to ensure that people stay at home. We should comply. That is my position. But the point I'm trying to make is, we said it just now, that a lot of people still don't believe. I was speaking with a friend in America. Do you know my friend was saying there is nothing like corona?
In US?
Even in US. Do you understand? So a lot of Nigerians don't believe in the existence of coronavirus. But be that as it may, the government should be able to set the pace and lead by example. For instance, look at what happened during the burial of Abakari. May he still rest in peace. Look at what happened. The NCDC that should have led by example made a mockery of the whole thing. And I won't be surprised if any Nigerian sees that what happened on that day and now say, hey, you see, they are deceiving us. They are telling us we should keep saying we should do this, distance, whatever. But look at what they are doing. Look at that guy that went to the roadside to abandon his personal protective equipment here. I believe somebody that got that type of equipment must have been trained by the NDCC on how to, but look at what happened on that day. The point I'm trying to make is that the government should not make it look as if, maybe the government was deceiving Nigerians from the outset. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. If the government told us from the outset that, okay, we were trying to achieve a kind of flat.
They wanted to flatten the curve.
You understand? We want to flatten the curve, and all of a sudden, without achieving that, you are now telling us, okay, we can start going out. We should use those masks. Even people that use personal protective equipment, they got it. But the nose mask is not a guarantee that you not get it. It's not a prevention against. It's just maybe minimize whatever.
But
the risk.
Yes, it's going to prevent the risk. I believe it's going to.
It's not all about.
Because when you're coughing, you are covered. It can get to me. And when you sneeze, you are covered. I'm covered. It can get to me.
Yes.
But what I know is that not about the mask alone. Once we start going out on Monday, the social distancing, the washing of hands, the sanitizing of hands, and a whole lot of things. And someone said again yesterday on my program that he said the shoes, we should try to wash our shoes before we go inside our house, before we go inside our houses. So now the deed has been done. The lockdown has been relaxed. What advice will you give the people? Starting from Monday, then again, as a law person, as a lawyer, what do you think when people do not obey these rules? What punishment do you think they should be given? Let's round up on that.
First and foremost, I will just appeal to Nigerians. Number one, for those saying there is nothing like Corona, they are just like...
it's Corona. Corona is real.
They are masters in reality rejection. Corona virus is real. That is that. And I want to also advise Nigerians, the fact that don't see it as freedom, the realization, don't see it as, oh, we have been set free, we want to go back. We can't go back to our normal lifestyle yet. No. We can't do that yet. That is the truth. And you see, the truth is...
reason we need to do the needful.
Yes. The truth is we can't hold the government responsible. Even countries that have the wherewithal, USA, UK, you see the number of people dying. It is that to say we cannot hold the government responsible. So as it is, let us be responsible. If it is not absolutely important for anyone to go out, there is no point going out. If you can work from home, please do that. If you can work from home, please do that. Then this little hygiene that we have been taught, it should become a part of us.
Part of us, yes. The way you sweep your house every day, make sure you disinfect your house every day. That is it.
That's it. It's very important.
But you've not answered my second question. What punishment do you think can be given to people that are not ready or will not obey this law starting from Monday?
Well, I know there are mobile courts all around and things like that, but I think the government should just use the carrot and stick approach. Yes, because the law enforcement agents...
The carrot and stick approach? When you say carrot and stick approach, what do you mean?
Is that we should continue to encourage it. It's not all about punishment. If, for instance, if we say people should be arrested, when we advocated the decongestion of prisons, we are going to put those people back. So there are ways of doing it. Maybe you see somebody going out, you can turn them back. I don't know if you understand. There's a lot. You're not frustrated.
They pay today, they pay tomorrow.
You understand? Fine. And things like that.
Yeah.
There's not about arresting or beating people. Remember, you can remember that a lot of people were shot during the lockdown. Over Nigeria, about 14 or 15 cases like that. I don't think that should repeat itself.
In the process of enforcing the law, they should do it
with humanity. Yes, that is it.
All right, thank you very much, Barrister. It's always nice to have you on set. Okay, this is where we stop today, but before we go, let me leave you with this. The total confirmed cases we have now in Nigeria is 2,170 cases, we have with 351 discharged and deaths 68. And I want you to know again that the government is encouraging people, the youths, this is the time to show your skill. Go out there and do the face mask, make it a good quality, make it of a good quality, and people will patronize it. There's some face masks, there are Ankara masks I'm seeing that I don't really like. You know, it should be like this. It should be like this. Try to make it right and sell at a more affordable price, and people will patronize it. This is the time of we showing our skills. And remember again, as we go on Monday in our business, if you don't have any business, please stay at home. This is not the time of visiting anyone. Remember, some people are asymptomatic. They don't show signs at all. So you don't even know maybe they have it or they don't have it. It's not until I sneeze or until I cough before you know I have corona. I will not have corona. That's what I'm saying. All right, and remember again, we have the normal flu. We have our flu. We have our cold, catarrh and cough. But you just have to be very, very careful. Till I come your way again, and I know I'll be able to miss you on set tomorrow afternoon, God willing, at 1 p.m. at 1:30 p.m. Join us again. I am Teresa Adeyemi. Do have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good afternoon.